Earlier this week, we at the Movie Podcast lost a fellow movie lover, a creative, and a friend. We wanted to take a moment before opening the show to recognize Kadeem, his family, friends, and loved ones. We love you, and rest in peace, Kadeem. Welcome to the Movie Podcast. My name is Daniel. Alongside me, I have Shay.
Hi.
And Anthony.
Hey.
I thought you guys were going to harmonize there for a second.
I thought we were too, but you know what? Okay.
How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Why are you yelling at the microphone? You're like
I was about to
pouncing on it.
I was about to harmonize with you.
Oh, were you?
Oh, gotcha.
Just right out.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Lost that
next
moment.
time. As always, you could catch a new episode of the Movie Podcast every Monday across all of your favorite podcast services. If you want to be part of the show, you could do so by writing in at thistimewith.com.
You can do.
Thistimewith.com/talk. Not you can do. Gentlemen, week's been going well so far for you guys?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy things happened this week in
Yeah?
terms of news. So I'm really interested to
Dive in.
Dive in.
Yeah.
Topic of the show today is going to be all about the 2019 movie theater experience. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about that later. Until then, we got some questions.
Yeah.
First question comes from Victor, and he asks, to a person who has never known the existence of movies. I don't know who these people are, by the way.
I've met a few.
You had a few?
Yeah.
You've never watched movies?
No.
What films would you introduce to them to pop their cinematic cherry? His words, not mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. What movies would you guys choose to introduce somebody to the realm of movies?
You want to go first there, Anthony?
Sure. So I base my criteria on story, cinematography, audio, acting, directing, and editing. Mm-hmm. So my picks are Inception, Pulp Fiction, Seven, Whiplash, and Gladiator.
You don't want these people to leave the movie theater happy today, do you?
Long movies.
Long movies, yes.
But
That's a great list.
List.
So
Inception was one that I was going to put on my
Yeah.
list as well.
I didn't put any sagas or anything that
That requires multiple,
Yeah, that continues a story or
For sure.
So they're bottled stories. But yeah, those are my picks.
That's a great list.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I like that list a lot, actually.
Yeah.
My list comprises similar elements. To me, it was along the lines of, to somebody who's never seen a film before, what can kind of go across all spectrums. So I wanted to also include animation in there as well. So the first one we have down is Seven as well, because I think that does such a great job of telling you a very intense story
Right.
in such a short amount of time, while still giving you that kick in the gut at
Right.
the end of it. I put down The Town as well.
Of course.
because
Of course.
Just
It's not a movie list without the town.
it's not a
on it.
movie list of The Town.
Right.
We love that film, and it does so well as well with audio in terms of everything. Even cinematography does a great job of. I put down Toy Story because I think when it comes to animated movies, Toy Story does such a great job of transcending from hand-drawn animation all the way to this first-time CGI-looking animation that it looks great.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
And it's also such an amazing story also that anyone can kind of relate to. I think even people who haven't seen movies at least had toys.
I hope
would
so.
hope so.
Wait, you're telling me
don't
they
know.
haven't seen movies and they didn't have
no
toys?
toys?
God.
I also put down The Breakfast Club because I think that it's a really well-written story and it's a good humanitarian piece. Like it literally makes you think about yourself.
For sure.
I remember I watched it a lot in high school, and I still watch it to this day, and I think about that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Another film that I put down, which is a bit more of an odd one, and it's because it's so odd in its editing and in its style that it'll either have this viewer come on board to films or just completely have them stay off, and that was Hot Fuzz.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Edgar Wright has his own style, and I never
sure.
used to like it, but as I've grown accustomed to his movies, I love Hot Fuzz, and I think that if you can sit through Hot Fuzz, you can sit through almost any kind of film.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think Hot Fuzz is one of those movies too that I don't think you start with that movie.
No.
But once you've kind of start to get to know somebody, it's like that's when you slide in. Like,
It's
let's
very
watch,
end for a reason.
Yeah, let's watch Hot Fuzz because
Number 5.
That's
yeah.
a good one to do.
Yep.
A lot of the same ones on my list that you guys mentioned.
Yeah.
I wanted to also add Raiders of the Lost Ark just because I think even though it is part of a saga of films. I think it's works so well as just a standalone movie, and there's such a great blend of drama and action, and just like I think Harrison Ford is just such a great Indiana Jones. So I think that one just works so well on its own. And I was going to also say another John Hughes movie, which is Ferris Bueller, because that's also one of my favorites. And I think it's the same thing like Breakfast Club. It's a very contained story in his life, but also there's such huge elements of it. And in the realm of Hot Fuzz, I think it's one of the ones I would introduce later, just because he's breaking the fourth wall and things like that.
Yeah, it was between that or Breakfast Club for me. I feel like Breakfast Club encompasses all of what
For sure.
Ferris Bueller has to show in one. That's why I kind of went with that. But yeah, great
Sounds
choice.
good. Thank you, Victor, for the question. And again, if you want to be part of the show, write into thistimewith.com/talk. Guys, I actually have a question for you now. I wrote into the show.
I didn't allow this.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I'm hosting this week, so we have to answer my question. In honor of Mother's Day, which is today, the day we are recording this,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, who are your favorite movie moms?
Who would like to go first?
I can go first since you went first last time.
Yeah, sure.
For me, it's who did I say? Oh yeah, I said
don't
this
know, man.
answer so many times. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
I don't
A
know
bit
if
of
she
a switch
counts. I
there.
don't know if she counts as a movie mom. But if you guys
motherly
don't
figure for
accept
sure.
that
Yeah.
answer, then I'll take Mrs. Gump because
Sure.
she did anything for her son Forrest.
That's true.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. And I love Sally Field as well,
I
too.
love Sally Field. And I mean, she dropped that pearl every once in a while, a little wisdom here with
Yep.
life is like a box of chocolates, Forrest.
Right. So you started not doing an
Yes,
accent,
then I went into
and then
it.
you added it at the end.
You never know what you're gonna get.
There you go.
There you go. You like
Great
that?
movie. Great movie. One that Anthony hasn't seen. If you're following with
Yeah, I
no.
think
yeah.
I've seen the beginning. Skip.
Have you seen? Did I spoil something for you right there
I
with
think
that?
I haven't
Wait,
watched the end.
Life is like a what now?
Wait, box of chocolates? Holy shit, that's amazing.
Anthony, how about you? Who are your favorite movie moms?
My movie mom pick is Sarah Connor from The Terminator.
I think your movie mom.
My mom
So
is
you're
Sarah
John
Connor.
then. You would be a John. Actually, I don't know if you'd be a John.
I
Connor.
wouldn't be a John Connor.
You'd be 100% a T1000.
yeah, he'd be out there getting people.
Yeah, you'd be.
No.
It took him too long to say no. He had to think about it first.
You would 100%.
I would be a nice T1000.
Would
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Give the thumbs up.
Yeah. But yeah, Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor?
Badass mom.
Okay.
She took out quite a bit of Terminators in her day. And she's in the third one, so she's going to take out more.
I hope. Here's the thing, man. Like we spoke about Terminator: Dark
God.
Fates. I think on our very first episode of the show.
Yep.
Episode 0. I really hope that movie delivers. Hopefully, we'll see.
I hope so, too.
I'm sure we're going to be seeing something soon from it because that's coming out in November, October.
Yeah.
Something
Crazy,
soon.
right? Very soon.
I went to the Instagram verse to ask this question as well, and we got some right-in answers. A lot of Molly Weasley's, of course. Not my daughter, you bitch. Great line.
He went full.
I had to go for it because
Yeah.
that great line. My friend Jean wrote in saying Regina George's mom.
She's not
mean,
a regular mom. She's a cool mom.
She's a cool mom.
It
She's a
works.
cool mom for sure. Kevin McAllister's mom.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, not at the
She's
beginning of the
she's a
movie,
bad mom
but
for
by
a
the end of the
beginning.
movie,
Definitely
for sure.
a bad mom.
Well,
she
she's-
couldn't remember her kid.
Yeah, 2 movies.
Two
She's
movies.
been a bad
By
mom.
the end, she's good. Catherine O'Hara, she's great.
Wasn't she also technically the same mom in the 4th movie, or didn't they get a divorce?
It's different
In the TV film?
Different actor. We stopped talking about Home Alone after 2.
Yeah,
We don't even talk about 3.
No, we don't. No.
We got Beatrix Kiddo, of course, from Kill Bill.
I mean, she didn't even know her daughter was alive.
I mean, but she went to find her after. We got Padme as one of the answers.
That is
Bad of it.
she's like the worst mother ever.
I don't think. Yeah, she died, right?
She's
Does
just
she
like,
count?
I can't, and I died.
She's like, they're Luke and
I died of a broken heart.
Oh god, it's true.
You're breaking my heart, Annie.
Anakin.
Also got Wilma Flintstone as well too.
Who?
Wilma Flintstone.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a badass. She's a first of all, OG mom.
OG mom.
OG
Yeah,
mom.
100%. She's
Yeah.
badass.
Who else?
that's it. That's all we got. The write-ins.
I'm going
I
to
feel
say
like
Marge
she's a better
Simpson, too.
Marge Simpson as well. Do you guys have any other like bench picks you want to get out there from favorite moms?
Bench picks.
Bench
Ooh.
picks?
Andy's mom. She's a single mother
She
raising a child who can talk to his toys. I mean, Andy's crazy. Clearly.
also Michael Scott's favorite character from Toy Story as well. Because
yes.
without her, there is no movie.
there is
according
no
to him.
movie. It's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's Eminem's mom from 8 Mile. Yes, in that story arc, she doesn't do so hot, but Eminem does forgive her later on.
Sounds good. Yeah, not
there's Elastigirl.
Elastigirl, yeah, great,
great.
fantastic mom.
And then, have you guys watched Arizona Rising?
With the Mr. Cage?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
So there's Holly Hunter plays a mom again.
Yep.
But she's a really cool mom in this movie where her I think she's Nicolas Cage's girlfriend, and they kidnap this baby. So she wants this baby. That's why he kidnaps the girlfriend. Kidnaps the baby to give it to the girlfriend, and she becomes a mom of this little baby.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also going to throw out there Evelyn O'Connell from The Mummy.
Oh, yes.
Rachel Weisz. She's a pretty cool mom. She taught her son a lot. Her son Alex. She taught him a lot.
What? Is this Mummy 3?
Mummy 1, she's not mom yet.
Was that
Mummy returns? She becomes.
Were you
a mom.
doing like a pun because it's Mummy? Like, is that why you said this or?
No, because I'm not that lame.
Okay,
but
well,
were you doing that?
You said it though. No, I was just curious because you're like.
I was
questioning you because you brought it up.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
Is it
I was giving you credit
cool?
though. No, I'm disappointed it wasn't.
Listen, here's the thing.
Yeah.
She was a great mummy.
Yeah.
Because she's also British.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
I hope Andy's not listening to this one because he hates my British accent.
From 3 Billboards. Frances Ford McDermott.
Oh yeah, she's a great mom.
Like mom
she's a
with
badass
vengeance
mom.
in that movie.
She's like spit blood in your face kind of mom.
Yeah, I think she did that too in a couple scenes.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much again for answering those questions and answering on the Instagram verse. Let's dive into the news, guys. How's that sound?
Let's dive into it.
Do.
Thank you.
That was great. That was actually perfect.
It's all we need. That's all we need.
That's all we need.
So not too much going on this week in the news. However, Disney did drop basically every single movie they're going to release for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this list that came out? There's literally too much to talk about from this list, but basically, I think the big news that came out of this, Zach Johnson summed up for us on the D23 website. He said, the updated calendar sets release dates for major franchises, Avatar and Star Wars. 3 new as yet untitled Star Wars films will release on the pre-Christmas weekend every other year beginning 2022. Yeah. 4 more Avatar films expanding the world of Pandora will be released the pre-Christmas weekend of every other year beginning 2021.
So either it's going to be Star Wars during the Christmas season or Avatar during the Christmas.
Literally until 2027.
Has December become the new
tentpole for like box office?
Yeah.
But I mean, like when we look at the last 5 years, right? Disney's pretty much always had like a big Christmas release. Like Disney really loves that window.
Yeah.
And the first Avatar came out in that window. Star Wars always used to be in May. Now Star Wars has moved to December because I feel like Disney just wants to have that continuous revenue come out because January is slow.
And it's Disney. They're not going to lose money on the summer because they probably have a bunch of live action or
they could release
comic
a movie
book
at most random time on like a April 3rd, and this movie would do, or even a February 2nd, they could release the film, and the movie will blow box office records.
Yeah. And again, these are just the movies that they've announced now. Obviously, there's going to be more movies, right?
Yeah.
What's interesting about this as well is that if you check out the link that we have in our show notes, it will break down every date. Disney pretty much has at least 1 movie a month for the next 5 years.
It's nuts.
And they're like big movies as well. They're not just like small movies. And that's including the Fox movies.
Well, this is going to really help the movie theater business.
I hope so.
We have Marvel movies set for 2020 to 2022.
Yeah.
Right.
So there will be Marvel movies in that mixture. But
they're finally removing Gambit off the... they're finally pulling the plug on
Gambit has been laid to rest.
Oh, my goodness.
So for those of you who don't know, Channing Tatum was cast in the role of Gambit, I think in like 2014 or
2014,
a long time ago. He may have even been teased before then.
Probably.
He was even in the Comic-Con photo from 2015 with the cast of Fantastic Four.
Wearing a Gambit shirt.
Yeah.
Was he wearing Gambit?
Yeah, he was wearing a Gambit
With
shirt.
like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, like the X-Men cast at that time. Hugh Jackman was there. Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch. Everyone was there. And like it's just so funny to see what 4 years later does where none of these characters are going to be having franchises moving forward.
It's nuts, right?
It's crazy.
I mean, that movie saw a lot of directors also come on board.
Yep.
You had Gore Verbinski, you had Doug Liman from Edge of Tomorrow and
Yep.
Bourne, Rupert Wyatt, like all these guys tried to come on board and make this film, but no one could get it off the ground. Do you think that we're ever going to see a Gen movie down the road, or is it just going to be strictly X-Men with Disney?
I think we'll see. I have a feeling that Disney is going to go forward and make standalone X-Men movies. Not
What do you mean? So,
not X-Men as like a
group?
as a team.
Okay.
I feel like they may build up to X-Men like almost like an Avengers type movie where they introduce maybe some key characters first, then build the team. But I think
I'm excited for
Marvel,
the Jubilee film then.
yeah, like and that's the thing. I hope they take characters that haven't been given their due on the movie side, right? We know Lana Condor was cast as Jubilee, but she had like nothing to do in those movies.
Oh, but I
right?
was just kidding. Like, I don't think I want to see a Jubilee
Yeah,
film.
me
But
neither.
if someone could do it right, will be Marvel
But
Studios,
definitely
right?
Rogue would have her
Rogue
own.
would be
for
cool.
sure.
Rogue and Captain Marvel they're tied together.
Right.
That's where Rogue got her superhuman powers.
Oh,
Like
interesting.
because she absorbed Captain Marvel's powers and they stuck with her.
Oh, cool.
So not only did she become that she has the ability to steal your powers, but for some reason Captain Marvel's powers stuck with Rogue, and that's why she was able to
become Rogue.
and punch through walls,
Interesting.
do everything
That's
Captain
pretty cool.
Marvel
I didn't know
does.
that actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I just hope whatever comes next with the X-Men, I just hope that it's that they really embrace the colorfulness of these characters and the different personalities of these characters. 'Cause I don't think we've gotten that enough in these big team up movies, because it just feels like they're trying to take story arcs and do it in one movie, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Right.
right.
There's also Spielberg's West Side Story, which
Yes.
is coming out 2020. Would it be funny if Disney's like, you know what? Let's release it on
Disney Plus?
Disney
Or
Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, this list isn't including Disney Plus.
He's just
movies.
sweating the whole time. Like,
He's like,
what do you mean?
what?
Wait, what would you say, Anthony?
God damn it! This is not what I signed up for. But yeah,
because that was
this is
originally
his-
a Fox movie.
yeah. This is his first Disney movie. Is it? I
No,
think so.
he did Lincoln, which was Disney.
Oh yeah,
was it
he
not?
did.
Oh,
and wasn't
yeah.
Warhorse Disney as well?
Warhorse was Disney as well too. I'm sure he's done other.
And yeah, a few others.
Yeah, he was actually just this weekend. Did you guys see? He was at the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. He was there with J.J. Abrams, like going on a private tour.
Oh man, I wish
Yeah,
I can go.
it's crazy.
I think Minority Report was under Miramax, was it not? Or I'll double check that.
We'll get a fact check on that, but yeah, just
Oh, it's
just,
Fox. Never mind. Yeah,
Well, Disney now technically.
technically.
But it's just crazy looking at this list and seeing December 17th, 2027, Avatar 5.
Oh my god, I know. It's like almost Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
that's
like-
when the last Avatar will be.
Yeah, and I'm just so surprised. Like, these movies keep getting pushed. Like, this is they got pushed back another year. This new movies are supposed to come out next year.
Yeah, James Cameron probably loves this because
Oh, for
this gives
sure.
him so much more time because he's the delay king.
He's probably like, maybe movie theaters will be like holograms by that point, you know?
Well, yeah,
I think it's buying him more time, hopefully, for movie theaters to catch up as well.
and that's the segue to today's episode,
It 100% is.
and it is.
The 2019 movie theater experience.
We did
Yeah.
say at the beginning though.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot.
You're like,
Welcome to the episode,
yeah,
Anthony.
welcome to the podcast, Anthony.
Man, yeah, it's crazy seeing this list of movies. You know, I feel like we got like
So-
stealth release for movies like Cruella de Vil's getting a
Yeah.
movie coming out next year.
What do you think studios, when they saw this list, what do you think other studios were thinking?
Shit.
Yeah,
I think that was their
Yeah.
first, like, Disney planting their flag in these spots for the next almost 10 years. I think other studios, I really hope they start getting creative of where they release their movies now. You know, use August, use February, use January more. Like, obviously, people, if your movie's good, people will go see it.
Yep.
And you've seen a lot of movies have success in those slots in the year. So I'm just hoping that more studios do that, because Disney is getting all those key
So
weekends.
have they filmed anything for Avatar yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been filming the last couple of years.
yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like by the time we see Avatar 5, like, yeah, we shot that 30 years ago. At this point.
Like it's nuts. Like I don't know if I like. Obviously, I care because I'd like to see it, but
Right.
I wasn't. I think I appreciated Avatar 1 for its breakthrough in cinema and like and technology.
Right.
But I didn't care about the characters, the story.
Right.
So for me, like wanting to go back into this world 500 more times that he's gonna make these movies, it's gotta be really damn good. And I don't know how I feel about glassesless 3D. Like, I don't even like 3D as it is.
In general, yeah.
But there's no bigger fan of 3D than James Cameron.
Right. He's really trying to keep that afloat.
Yeah.
Now that's how you do a pun, Shay. Jeez. Speaking of James Cameron,
This guy.
story number 2, he actually sent a congratulations out to Avengers Endgame, because as we know, last week we spoke about Endgame passing the Titanic in the number 2 spot of all time. So James Cameron sent a nice little piece of artwork, and you guys have seen this throughout history. Like, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas pretty much were going back and forth in the 80s and 90s between this. So James Cameron now put out a picture. We'll put it in our story so you could see of basically the Avengers A sinking, being the iceberg that sinks the Titanic. And I feel like this message comes off a little passive aggressive. I'm gonna see if you guys could see where I'm talking about here. So he says, to Kevin and everybody at Marvel, an iceberg sank the real Titanic. It took the Avengers to sink my Titanic. Everyone here at Lightstorm Entertainment salutes your amazing achievement. You've shown that the movie industry is not only alive and well, it's bigger than ever. Jim Cameron. I feel like he's saying, like, it took the Avengers to sink my Titanic. I feel like, do you think there's a little slight jab there?
Yeah.
You think so?
I hear it.
He's like, it took 22 movies to sink
it literally
what my
took
movie
22
did,
movies
you know?
to sink a movie from 1997.
Crazy.
That really never had the hype that Avengers had, right?
No.
Like, who was going to see Titanic?
I just think it was one of those movies that had like a cinematic like experience too, almost like Avatar was, where people like, we need to see this grand scale thing happening, right?
Maybe one day you'll watch Titanic as well, Anthony, and you'll understand.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he hasn't seen it.
How amazing that movie is.
I watched the end part. Like, that's the cool
Yeah,
part, right?
I bet, you know, when people are falling into the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah,
the whole
favorite.
death thing. I love that part. I mean, Jim Cameron, he's kind of like that. He's always jabbing, and then I swear there's been interviews of him saying he doesn't like superhero movies and things like that. So it's no surprise that he's a little burnt by it. But at the end of the day, like, the man had at least 2 films literally in the top 2.
Yeah, and for a long time not being contested.
Years.
You know? And even at this point now, like, I feel like Avengers Endgame will beat Avatar in the long run, but to have almost a $3 billion movie, like, even Titanic didn't hit $2 billion until it got re-released in 2012,
something like that,
for the 15-year anniversary.
3D release, right?
The 3D release. I actually saw that in theaters.
So did I, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the 3D. Like, it
No,
did.
neither did
It
I.
didn't need it.
Do you think he'll re-release it in 3D-less?
I don't put anything past it for the
Just so he
25-year
can-
anniversary of it. 100%.
But they're all now part of the same family too, so
Yeah.
it's like, who really wins?
In 2022, when
The
this
mouse
movie,
mouse
when Titanic turns 25 years old, it will be in theaters again
Yeah.
with 3D-less glasses. 3D glasses-less. I don't know how to say it.
3D-less glasses.
3D-less glasses?
Just 2D glasses.
Just 2D glasses. This is like, here you go, sir. Here's your reading glasses. Our final story, again, takes place in a movie theater. And this one's funny. We spoke about this one briefly a couple days ago, but this one's coming from Helen Ashcroft of The Gamer. And basically what happened is hundreds of children were terrified when the movie theater plays La Llorona instead of
Llorona?
yeah, instead of Detective.
I think it's called La Llorona.
Gotcha, thank you.
Oh, thanks you.
Instead of Detective Pikachu.
That must
Poor
have been
kids, man.
traumatic, because the first scene is
Literally some
death.
Like a woman drowning a child.
yes, Pikachu.
God, that's so
I
dark, man.
Peek you in the water.
I was like,
I was
where's
like,
he going
where's it
with
going?
this?
Let's let him finish.
I love, and this is gonna sound so awful, but I love when these things happen, when
Really,
they
eh?
show these super like hardcore R-rated films in like children's theaters. It is the funniest
I don't
thing
know.
ever.
It's so funny, and
Yeah.
it's funny because there was a guy live tweeting it because like the trailers leading into it, obviously, because the way movie theaters do their releases is they have all the trailers packed together,
Yeah,
right?
and probably with
So
some
all the
messed up
trailers were horror trailers as well.
Yes,
So the
yes,
poor
yes.
kids were probably already like, "Why are they showing this?"
Because like we've seen films where we're like I remember when you and I went to go see Independence Day Resurgence.
Yep.
They showed a trailer for Independence Day Resurgence, and I'm like, oh, that's a weird thing to do. Show the trailer for the movie before the movie starts.
Are you guys hyped or what?
this is really fucking narcistic. But
Yeah.
okay, let's see what happens. And then it was like Warcraft that played after.
Yeah, Warcraft started.
And we were
playing,
like,
which was a horror
oh.
movie as well.
and we were like, oh, and we were screaming like it was Llorona.
Yeah.
Like, turn
What's
this off.
happening?
But It's so funny.
Poor kids,
those kids are growing up quick, eh?
Yeah.
Did they do that with It? I think when It came out, something
It
similar.
too, something too. Like I think it started playing, or the trailer for It started playing.
Yeah.
It's so I feel bad for the kids, but I just think it's so funny though. Like it's just it's just such a funny. Oh man.
Yeah. That's funny.
Poor kids. Hopefully they recovered, and Detective Pikachu. We'll talk about it in a bit, but it's a good time. So hopefully that made them forget. That's all That's literally all the movie news that we had this week. Nothing else too giant that came out. We had some rumblings about some Suicide Squad news as well too, with Michael Rooker joining the cast and John Cena joining the cast. But until everything's official,
we won't say anything yet.
Right.
There's also The Matrix 4.
Oh yes, yeah. Anthony, tell us about that.
Drop a knowledge on that.
So
one?
the Wachowskis are working on a Matrix 4, and this is coming from the mouth of the director of John Wick 3.
Say that one more time, sorry?
This is coming from the mouth of the director of John Wick 3.
Got you.
I pulled this up off of where was it?
We're gonna get a check on that, but more Matrix. What do you guys are you like? Shay, I know you're a huge fan of the Matrix.
Well, I wouldn't say a huge fan, but I really enjoy the Matrix.
Got you.
And I enjoy watching Matrix Reloaded sometimes, just for some nostalgic purposes.
Sure.
I don't enjoy Matrix Revolutions.
Got you.
This is from the Huff Post.
The Huffington Post. Yeah.
I think this is just the Huff Post, not the Huffington Post.
Okay.
Okay.
So
The Huff Post.
Yeah.
We're the Huff Post.
And their source is from Yahoo Movies UK.
Okay.
Oh, that's my UK accent was necessary then.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Call that. Yeah. Anthony's like, so Anthony, like, what's your history with the Matrix franchise?
I love the Matrix. Like,
Okay, thank you.
That's the movie. When I went to go watch it for the first time, well, when I went to watch it, The Matrix, it blew me away.
Right.
Like, it was like a movie that I did not expect. That was, like I said, that was the last movie that was shocked.
That just like shocked you to your core?
So
You were also like 12 years old at that time, right?
14.
Oh, okay.
We did the math, right, Daniel? 14?
I asked if you were 14. You said, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm doing the math in my head.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
I went through the DVD of that film pretty hard. Like,
Yeah?
I remember because Warner Bros. DVDs at that time were they had these like black little flaps.
Oh yeah,
that
the
were
little
super
clip,
thick,
the little clip thing.
clip.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to open it up and it would be like the Matrix DVD on the inside, all like their faces, and I would just go through it every day.
I'll be honest, I actually really liked those DVD cases.
Yeah, they were thin.
They were thin, and I liked that the artwork was like cardboard and printed on, and it didn't have all the extra like DVD ads, and the plastic didn't get like scratched and stuff like that.
Which is I think going to be a great topic for a day, but like how movies are packaged, because I think Disney does an awful job of that.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think especially in the last like when early Blu-rays were coming out was bad, then it got okay for a little while,
And then it went back to
and then it went back to like no,
like
no,
the fact
just
when
put
if
it
I
out.
open up a Disney Blu-ray and it just says the title of the film,
Yeah,
and, like
and
a
the
blue
blue and gray for the DVD,
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's just no artwork in a company that's that prides itself on art.
Yeah, you would
yeah.
hope that and then we've seen some cool releases with like the Millennium Collection or whatever the re-releases we've been getting.
Right, yes.
But yeah, a topic for another day. Some box office news. We don't have official numbers yet, but it does look like Endgame is going to keep its number one spot this weekend. They're projecting around 68 million, and Detective Pikachu is looking to take in around 55 to 60 million, which is still
That's
amazing.
very close.
Though.
Wow.
Didn't Detective Pikachu come first on Friday at least?
It did. So
Yeah.
that included Thursday and Friday,
Thursday
though.
and Friday,
yeah,
right,
but
right.
on just Friday alone, Avengers did beat it from what I was reading on Box Office Mojo.
Like I was telling you gentlemen before, I saw it again last night,
Yeah.
and it was packed.
Yeah.
So it was funny because it literally felt like the first day the movie came out. People were reacting like crazy, and it was just nuts. And I was like, and my brother and I, who's seen it 7 times, I've seen it now 4.
Brother's seen it 7 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, how is he like? Why they haven't seen it yet? Like, what is going on?
How did it feel like? Because I've seen it 4 times myself. This is your 4th time
Yeah.
now. How'd the pacing feel at this point?
It's still kind of like the pacing still hits me at certain points. So
Right.
I'm just kind of like, okay, let's keep it moving.
And I think because you know what's coming as
yeah,
well.
like
let's
I
get to
really
that.
want to get to a certain moment.
Yeah.
because it's a bit slower. Whereas Infinity War, I think, has 0 fat. It's just it's in and out. You get the action in
For sure.
But I mean, don't take away anything from Endgame. It's still absolutely amazing. Like what it achieves, is mind blowing.
Yeah, as an ending of a franchise too. Like
Correct.
just Fantastic.
Yeah.
Trailers. We had some pretty awesome trailers this week. So I'm
did.
excited to see what the trailer of the week is going to be.
Yeah.
So just to quickly run down the trailers that we got this week before we get into them. We got Spider-Man Far From Home, Watchmen HBO.
That was my Spider-Man sound. Sorry.
Okay.
I was a little late.
Gotcha.
Oh, damn.
That's
Anthony's
good.
is
Ooh,
really good.
it was really good.
Mine's more like a slur. Like,
Yeah, I was like, are you okay? Man, there's water right
mine
here.
actually is Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs.
That was very
Please.
that was nice.
Oh, that was yours?
Yeah.
We got It Chapter 2. We got the trailer for I Am Mother, which is coming to Netflix. Judy, and Where'd You Go, Bernadette, which is a Richard Linklater
Where'd you
movie.
go, Bernadette?
Let's jump in right to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Okay.
Let's move on. No, I'm just kidding.
It was an okay trailer.
I liked it. I
It
liked
was
it.
okay. Yeah.
I like that they started it with the spoiler warning because literally, I think we're okay at this point to go into endgame spoilers at this point.
I think so. Yeah.
Literally, the trailer starts with Tom Holland saying, "Hey, there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't watched Endgame."
He does in a British accent, so I think you
I
need
didn't
to...
because I didn't want to
Shane, do
not
your
do it
British
justice.
accent. Do it.
All right, there, loves.
Oi, governor.
Listen, you chaps.
So he basically says, "Yeah, there's going to be spoilers," and the first scene of the trailer is literally Iron Man's dead.
Yeah. It goes right into it.
It goes
Yeah.
right into it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer. I think the trailer, as any Marvel film would do, it's a lot of misdirection. It feels like they talk
I
about
think so. Like multiverses.
which is amazing to hear, by the way.
Right, for sure.
But then hearing like, oh, Mysterio's not from this world, I'm like, yeah, okay, bitch. I'm pretty sure he is.
Why did you say it like that?
It was my sassy.
It's like, bitch, you've been to
But
space.
you're telling me that Nick Fury is lying? Because he's the one who said it.
He's a lion, or
He's lying.
I think Mysterio. It's part of Mysterio's act. He's just trying
Yeah.
to get them to
How
trust him.
How does he create these monsters that are destroying?
because he
because
can
that's
create visuals in front of you, right?
right, but he was like a special effects.
I think this time he's a special effects wizard, so he's creating these illusions.
Maybe.
Doesn't he do that to Logan or Old Man Logan? Doesn't he create
He
an
does.
illusion? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a comic book.
Yeah, but
And
this is a
a
comic book movie.
though.
Yeah,
It's like you.
it's more believable in the comic book.
Okay, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. You know a lot of Spider Boys hanging around.
All right. But yeah, we got Spider-Man.
So
Far
here's
From Home.
this
Yeah,
is the
tell
thing.
me,
So
tell
when
me.
they mentioned multiverse,
Yes.
the first thing that came to mind was, what if
Okay.
there's other Spider-Men
Right.
Okay.
and Tobey Maguire is still Spider-Man of another multiverse?
Could you imagine?
That
And
would
we
be
bring
amazing.
in old man Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
Old Spider-Man.
Could you imagine what would happen to the internet?
I
if this
would
happened?
literally
Because they're still
lose
part of
my
that
mind.
Sony.
So, Phil Lord and Chris Miller
Oh.
tried to get this to happen. They tried to get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back to have cameos into the Spider-Verse. What if Sony said no because they were waiting to do it in a movie?
I don't care if they do. Andrew
Don't
Garfield.
kill my hype.
I
like
was
this.
just gonna say I don't care if they do Andrew Garfield, but if they do Tobey Maguire, here for that.
Yeah, but at least if I saw Andrew Garfield and Spider-Man, like, not that those movies are great, but it's like seeing
good,
them,
yeah.
seeing them acknowledge it though, that would be pretty cool.
And then
That'd
we
be
bring in Miles Morales.
cool.
Travis-
who's
Travis-
already had a nod in Spider-Man: Homecoming, right?
true.
With Prowler's nephew.
Yeah.
Aaron,
So,
yeah.
so I was thinking, I'm like, do you think his nephew was snapped? Because if he wasn't snapped, he'd technically be 5 years older, so 5 years closer to being Miles Morales.
Pretty cool.
My tinfoil hat's on right now.
There's also another part of that trailer that was really, really good, or kind of opened me up to what's happening.
Okay.
The scene with Peter Parker has Tony Stark's glasses.
Glasses?
Oh yeah.
And he's like, oh my God. So do you think
I don't think he says that though.
I think so.
I think he just takes the glasses off, right?
Yeah, and he says, oh my God.
No, he takes them off just like Laura Dern in Jurassic
In
Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
And he says, oh my God. And I think he sees Tony Stark.
You think so?
That's
That's
it.
Anthony's mic drop
Wait,
moment
why do you
there.
think he sees Tony Stark though?
Because
Do you think he has a message recorded for him, or
there's his glasses have his AI or consciousness
Don't you
inside
think he
of
would
it.
just see like maybe a giant monster or something? No.
Okay, I'm trying to make this movie better, and you're just making it worse.
It's pretty good.
we haven't seen it yet?
It's probably going to be a really
That's
good
funny.
movie. That's funny though. Yeah.
I'm here for it. Like this trailer, like this was a really fun trailer. I really liked it. Shay, you mentioned too that they showed this trailer after Avengers Endgame yesterday.
Yeah, so when I went to go see the movie last night, the same spoiler warning that is being played on YouTube in front of the audience is right now. They do a bit of a different version of that now. When you go see Avengers Endgame, it starts off with, "Thank you guys for watching Avengers Endgame right now. Stay tuned for after the credits," because as we all know, Avengers Endgame does not have any mid-credits or after-credit scenes.
Right.
So this is now them doing an after-credit scene of a trailer. I didn't stay for the after-credits because it was already like 2:00 in the morning. So I was like, and I already seen the trailer, so I'm assuming it's the exact same trailer. I just went home.
Makes sense.
But yeah, it's now playing.
It was like a different.
Could you imagine? I know I would have been so pissed. But no, they're just playing the same trailer now at the end of the film.
That's cool.
Obviously, so you don't get spoiled.
That's some cool brand synergy there with Sony to do that.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Our next trailer that we got this week, we finally got our first extended look at Watchmen that's coming to HBO as a series. With Game of Thrones ending, they're obviously looking for something to kind of fill that hole. What did you guys think of this?
I liked the trailer. I really liked it.
I thought it was a wicked trailer.
It was really weird.
It was weird,
Yeah.
and it was like Watchmen-y. So
Yeah.
we saw Ozymandias,
Yep.
which is really cool.
Played by Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. He's
Perfect
like,
casting.
Perfect casting.
Perfect casting.
Who else is in it? Don Johnson.
Don Johnson, we saw Regina...
Phalange?
I'm blanking on her last name right now.
I'll take a look in the meantime.
Regina.
I'm thinking Regina George is in Mean Girls in my head from earlier.
Yes.
It's Regina
King.
Hall? Oh, Regina King. Yeah.
King? Regina King.
Regina
King, yes.
Yeah. She's in it. You have a lot of big names in this movie, but man, this trailer looks so strange. But I'm so
series, right?
But it's a limited series. But I'm so here for it. I love Watchmen. I love the Zack Snyder version of the book, which is literally a page-for-page adaptation until the ending. But I'm here for more Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very cool trailer, and it was very, very like, I don't know, stylized.
Right.
And I like that.
I like how they're doing Rorschach as well too. It's like almost like an organization.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of
Rorschachians.
Rorschachians. And that kind of ties into like the Dark Knight book where there was a bunch of Batmen.
Yes.
Right.
I remember that.
But then there's these cops that are in yellow.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like they have these yellow masks on.
Blowers, yeah.
It's
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, me
Especially
too.
Jeremy Irons being in it alone. Like his voice just sells me.
Yeah.
Things. So I'm here for it.
Simba. I don't know why he says that in this movie, but yeah.
Diamond absolutes. Oh no, that's Ben Affleck who says that.
Yeah.
That turns good men cruel.
Okay.
Our next trailer. Sorry, we got a little deep there. Our next trailer, It Chapter 2. A nice happy trailer we got here.
This was I'm gonna say trailer of the week.
This is your trailer of the
This
week.
is my
eh?
trailer of the week.
I love the fact that they went all in and said, let's just give you a scene from the
Yeah.
movie, and that's enough to sell the rest. Because the rest of the movie is basically just a montage. It doesn't
Yeah.
give anything away,
Yep.
but this scene just sold me.
It was
Yep.
so cool, so scary, and I just felt on the edge of my seat in this stupid trailer. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? She's gonna turn to Pennywise any second right now.
Yeah. It like I literally was watching it like with such a nervous like expression on my face, and like I watch it at home by myself, and I was like, I need to get outside before somebody gets me right now.
Yeah.
And I watch it with each member of my family. I've showed each member of my family separately just because they weren't home. But it's just I just loved watching their reactions to everything, because when the old woman basically asks, "Are you still a daddy's girl, Beverly? Are you?" And she starts chasing her.
Yeah.
Like their faces during that, it just
Reminded me
panicked.
of the first It, when the kids are in that room and you see Pennywise's hands like come out of the glove.
my God.
And he just chases after them.
Yeah.
So scary, so unnerving. Such a great trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love like every the counterpart, the adult counterparts. Like, I love that we're getting this movie 2 years apart, but we're still having that connection to the kids, and we're seeing like that shot of them looking at the reflection and seeing their younger selves. Like, I love that, and I'm so excited for this movie.
What's the rating on this movie?
R,
R.
yeah,
Was the first one R?
R as well, yeah.
Oh wow.
But I think now that it's going to be adults, I think it's going to be even scarier because they're not scared to do anything because
Yes.
kids there, right?
Right.
My God, terrifying stuff. Is that so? That's your vote for trailer of the
That's
week.
my vote for trailer of the week.
Shay, do you have a trailer of the week yet, or?
It was between Watchmen and It Chapter 2, and I think I'm going to go with It Chapter 2.
Okay,
Because I remember I told Anthony that I will side with him one day.
okay.
On the
Even
And
though
we will
Shay
rule
hated
the
the trailer.
galaxy.
Okay.
No, I like the
That
trailer.
that was also my pick for trailer of the week as well.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Yeah, joins in.
I was a follower.
Yeah.
Other trailers that we got this week, we got I Am Mother, which is coming to Netflix. Did you guys see this?
No, I didn't watch this trailer.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing Hilary Swank acting in things. Again, nothing against Hilary Swank.
She's won 2 Academy Awards.
Right, but like you don't see her that often.
Yeah,
you know,
she has a life, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she just want to act every single time.
So we got I Am Mother. We have Judy, which is a biopic about Judy Garland, played by Renee Zellweger. Did you guys watch this trailer?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it? What do you think, Shay?
It. I'm not a huge Renee Zellweger fan.
Okay.
But yeah, it just I don't know. It didn't. I mean, the only part that I thought was cool was the yellow brick road.
Yeah, I love the shot of her dropping in the water tank as well too.
Yeah, that was a cool shot. But other than that,
I think it's going to be like a downer of a movie in terms of just like really sad,
super downer,
super
Academy
dramatic.
Award baited movie.
I feel like she'll get recognized for it. If the movie's good, she'll definitely get recognized for it. Like Judy Garland had a really difficult life with drugs and alcohol and everything. Right. So,
who's directing this?
It's a great question. Can we get a fact check on that?
Yeah, I can do a fact check for you guys while you guys continue to
the last trailer we got this week was Where'd You Go, Bernadette, which is starring Cate Blanchett and directed by Richard Linklater. Yeah, we haven't seen Richard Linklater in a while as well too.
I have not seen this trailer either.
No.
The director of this film is Rupert Gould.
Okay.
He directed True Story, the one with Jonah Hill
and James Franco.
Yeah, and he directed. The rest are just TV series and things like that. Nothing that anyone would maybe know.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so to finalize trailer of the week is It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2
beats out Spider-Man.
Beats out Spider-Man and Watchmen. Because I love. But here's the thing: I love all these trailers, but I think it's just by them committing to giving that first scene. I hope we don't see anything else of this movie.
And it just felt great. It just felt great to see the adult actors in it too. Like,
it was
really
awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Out this week, we have The Sun Is Also a Star coming out. We have A Dog's Journey. I feel like we've gotten a million of these movies. What was the one that just came out?
I thought it just came out, though.
A Dog's Purpose.
I think it's the same, like it's a sequel to it.
Yeah, but we had...
didn't it just come out?
We've had 3 of these movies, I feel like, in the last couple years. So we had like the one with Dennis
There's a lot
Quaid.
of dog movies, yes.
We had the one that... We had the trailer with that cougar that almost killed the...
Wasn't that the one that... This movie?
No, because that movie came out in February.
Was that... Okay. Dog's Way Home.
Dog's Way Home, that's it.
Dog's Way Home.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of these movies.
Yeah. A Dog's Journey, and then there's the one where...
A Dog's Purpose, I think.
So is A Dog's Way Home a prequel to A Dog's Journey?
No, they're separate. They're just separate dog movies.
Because they came out the same year. That's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
And then there's the dogs that go to Iraq. There's military dogs.
All dogs go to Iraq.
I was going to say all dogs go to...
the sequel.
The sequel, all dogs go to Iraq.
Yeah. You know? I must have missed it. Was that also Burt Reynolds too?
And then it's All Dogs Go to Heaven after that one.
Yeah. I love All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Great movie.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas one as well too.
Yes. Yeah. I had it on VHS.
Great movies.
Good. Like people love dogs. They like watching dogs on film.
Yeah, like the rare animated movies that weren't by Disney growing up. You know what I mean? I feel like there's only like a handful of ones that really got like that shelf space at Zellers or wherever we bought movies growing up.
Yeah, my brother and I always make fun of my mom because she always watches these kinds of movies. We don't know why. Like she doesn't. First of all, she's scared of dogs. Oh yeah. So she goes like it's like she's going to go watch snakes on a plane or something.
Maybe she's just going to try and.
She's sitting in the theater just screaming the whole time. Everyone's like, "Why are you yelling, lady?"
Maybe she just wants a dog and she's trying to overcome it.
Maybe she's trying to overcome it. So she goes to watch these kind of movies. She watches.
Does your sister go as well too?
I think she goes. Yes, I can't remember. But
okay. There's no choice. She has to go.
And then my mom goes to go watch a bunch of like religious movies too. So she was like, "Oh, this Breakthrough movie looks good." I'm like, "Yeah, you're not religious. What's going on?"
Yeah.
So it's always interesting. She's going to like face her fears.
There's these niches of
those are where that box office is coming from.
It's middle-aged moms.
Yeah.
We got out this week as well. We have a Shaun of the Sheep movie, Farmageddon.
What did you just say?
Shaun of the Sheep.
Isn't it Shaun?
Shaun of the Shaun,
like because like Shaun of the Dead, right?
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Shaun of the Sheep.
Oh, other thing, Shun.
What did I say?
You said
you said Shun.
Shaun. I meant to say Shaun.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Always love when titles of things have movie in it.
I didn't, why is this even here?
I don't know why it's here.
Farmageddon.
The Wallace and Gromit dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And finally, out this week. We have
oh my god,
John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Why do you think they added a subtitle to this one? It kind of bothers me a little bit.
I think in one of the first episodes we looked up what Parabellum meant.
Yeah.
Which was, I think,
I'll look it up again.
Oh, what was it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
You want to
No,
say
yeah,
it?
you say it.
Yeah.
Something.
If you want peace, prepare for war.
Yes.
Parabellum is Latin for prepare for war.
Awesome. I love it. I'm so
I
excited.
think it's a great title.
Yeah. And this movie has, looking at Rotten Tomatoes, has 98% right now.
Oh.
I'm so excited for
They're
it.
saying
And
it's the
this
best
is
one.
this is 98% based on
How many
actual critic reviews.
actual critic reviews? Yeah. There's only one rotten review on it.
Ew.
Yeah. But
And
we don't
who's that?
talk about it.
Where is that coming from?
I think it's coming from Variety of all places.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
We're
I'm
gonna get
look
a
into
confirmation
it.
on
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna look into that. now.
Did you guys see that clip of Keanu Reeves going around from Stephen Colbert this week?
Yeah.
Where Colbert asked him,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, "What do you think happens after we die?" And he's like, "I don't." He's like, "All I know is that the people who love us will miss us." And
Yeah.
Colbert's face and the audience is just ready to laugh, I think, and they're just like, that hit so deep. You know?
It was Variety that gave that negative review. That's unfortunate.
No more news sources from them.
Yeah.
Andrew Barker.
Barker.
As long as it's not Boris Kit, we're good.
Yeah.
Hollywood
Boris
Reporter.
Kit.
Hollywood
Boy
Reporter.
Boris.
But yeah, it's got 40 reviews in so far, and 39 obviously are fresh.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's looking good. So
You said it's the best one out of the series.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching it on Thursday, so
Yeah.
super excited for that.
Super excited.
super
I
excited.
can't wait for Anthony just to be just throwing ninja
Yelling,
stars.
yelling in the theater.
Yeah.
Can I dress up as Keanu?
You can, dude. We've
Aren't
been
you dressed like
telling
Keanu right
you.
now?
No, I don't have the hair.
We've been
Oh,
telling you.
you're like from Matrix.
Yeah, you have Matrix hair right now. I'm telling you, let your hair grow and be John Wick for Halloween, please.
Do it.
Oh, it's gonna take
Your
forever.
girlfriend won't be upset.
No, you have until October.
I'm not gonna grow my hair for that
Okay,
long.
buy a wig then, man.
Yeah, I'll
Jeez.
buy a wig. Yeah.
I'll buy a wig. Yeah.
I'm gonna go as Fat Thor, so we'll all have wigs. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go as Groot.
Oh,
We share the same skin color.
what we're watching? What are you guys watching this week?
I watched a lot this week.
So I finally watched Burning.
Burning.
A friend of
When you first said, I heard Bernie, which I thought it was like that Jack Black movie. I'm like, oh, you watched Bernie?
You're talking about Rudy?
No, Jack Black.
What
He had a
movie?
movie from, I think it was directed by Richard Linklater as well too, where he plays like a
politician?
funeral.
Oh no,
The
Yes.
funeral dude. Yeah,
Parlor guy.
funeral.
Anyways, I'm playing Burning. I'm playing Burning. I'm playing Burning. I watched Burning.
with Steven Yeun, right?
Yes. This was a recommendation from Julian.
Yep.
Who's been recommending it to me every day. so
Yes.
Yeah,
far.
same here.
Yeah. I think the thing was I was hyped up so much for this movie, and
We've been hearing so many
Yes.
buzz. Like I feel like
it was the best movie of the year last
that
year.
got snubbed for the Oscars, things like that. Can you without giving anything away, tell us what this movie's about?
Oh, it's
No.
I guess not.
no, I don't even know how to explain it. It's about a guy who I don't even know how to explain. I would say go watch it if it's on Netflix.
Sure.
Like I said, it was hyped up. I didn't see the hype. It's a strange story. Music's really, really good.
Okay.
The soundtrack is really, really good. Acting's really good. I forgot the guy's name.
And it's subtitled, right? The film.
It's subtitled. Yes,
Yeah.
it's all in Korean. The guy you mentioned.
Oh, Steven Yeun.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah. He. For those of you who don't know the name, he plays Glenn on The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I watched that, and then I watched The Game.
The Michael
Douglas.
movie.
Oh,
yeah. Another one that I haven't finished. I watched half of it.
Yes, I showed my brother that movie not too long ago.
Oh, you called me your brother? That's nice.
No, not you. I showed my brother that movie not too long ago, and I remember he loved it as well. He loves these psychological films. I love The Game. I think
Yeah.
it's so underrated.
But I think it would. Do you think this is his weakest film?
Not including
David Fincher's?
Not including Alien 3.
Yeah.
Not including Alien 3. It's like his bottom.
It's the one that people always forget.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally think that Curious Case is his weakest film because it's so heavy, so
long.
It's a heavy movie for sure.
Like, I've watched Curious Case once, and I felt like I was aging through it.
Right.
And, it was nuts. But the Game I've watched about 4 or 5 times now. I've enjoyed it every time I've watched it.
This is my, I think, third time watching it.
Yeah.
I bought it recently on iTunes.
Yep.
So I just thought, let me watch it. It took me 3 days to watch it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it was just
it's a long movie.
It's still long.
It's a long movie, but it's so good. The whole premise of this guy who his brother buys him this experience, which he now believes is real.
Terrifying.
And then he has to kind of like go through who do I trust, who do I don't,
right.
What's happening to me. It's so tense.
It's such a cool premise, and I feel like we don't really get a lot of movies that kind of have like
it's so original.
Those unique setups
Very
as
original.
much now. Not to sound like we're old folks, like back in my day, but like it's such a cool premise for a movie, and I hope we see more. I just want to see more David Fincher.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like,
I think that's the thing. It's David Fincher, it's Michael Douglas, it's Sean Penn, and it was a time that like we were getting originality in film.
Mm.
At the 90s or anything, there was a lot of original ideas.
They were taking a leap on all these movies.
Right.
Yeah. What'd you watch, Daniel?
This week, I guess let's dive into a little bit about Detective Pikachu, because you saw that as well.
There's no way I can confirm that. But
I can confirm.
I did see it with you, yes.
So we saw Detective Pikachu. We have a review out on the This Time With YouTube channel if you want to check out our full thoughts on it.
YouTube.com/thistimewith.
So we checked it out. Really fun movie. I mean, the premise of the movie is a little silly, and it literally feels like a live-action episode kind of extended to an hour and a half. But a lot of lovable characters in it. Ryan Reynolds sells the movie for me. It was a really good time.
Yeah. I felt the exact same about the film. I thought it was really cool, and it was very nostalgic.
Yeah, like it just made me happy watching it.
Yeah.
Another thing I watched this week, Sony put out a full-length documentary, 2 hours, called Raising Kratos, which is about the making of the God of War game that came out in 2018. And my God, I wasn't expecting them to come out with, like, to be so brutally honest of what they were showing here. So this documentary literally started in like 2012, 2013. This is how far back they were going into the planning with Corey Barlog coming into this. It's crazy to see that they actually had that foresight to say, hey, I think we're going to be making something special. And they bet on making a documentary. So they actually went super deep into the making of this. You see when crucial, like, people leave the studio to go somewhere else. Like, you see, like, the reaction of everything happening. Like, I was just blown away watching this, of just the honesty they showed during this. Like, it's brutally honest. It's super inspiring. And I just loved every second. Like, I literally want to watch it again, and it makes me want to play the game again, just because, like, the game was something incredible that came out last year. But to see the work that went into it, it was just phenomenal. And it's a free documentary. It's on YouTube. Like, they could have literally said,
"This is on YouTube.com/thistimewith."
No, it's not. It's on YouTube.com. I think /PlayStation. It's going to be on there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's such amazing production value. This is something that I would have expected to see, like, on a Netflix, or make Sony have us pay for it. But, like, I'm just so happy that they're releasing this out in the wild, and I really hope going forward more developers do things like this, because speaking for myself, I love behind the scenes making ofs.
Yes.
And this one was made with such amazing love and care, and like seeing Corey Barlog's like kids growing, like he had a kid like who was like a baby, and then like, the kid's like a toddler by the end of it. It's like crazy seeing the progression of it and like every aspect of this game. Yeah, like it felt like boyhood. But definitely, if you are interested in games at all, watch this documentary. And of course, if you've played God of War, you owe it to yourself to watch this as well too.
100%.
Yeah.
What else did you watch?
Watched a little bit of The Matrix yesterday. Also watched Dodgeball, because I don't know why it's been stuck in my head all week.
I think I referenced it to you.
Yeah, and I think that's why. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch Dodgeball now. And of course, John Wick Chapter 2, just getting ready for Parabellum this week. We're all doing gun.
we're all doing
gun.
Sorry, I forgot that we're also doing a podcast, but I'm shooting a gun.
That's for our YouTube viewers. Remember, you can watch this on YouTube.
Yeah, that's exclusive to YouTube right there.
Yeah.
The gun shooting in the air.
Did you guys, Shay, you had a busy week this week. What have you been watching?
I did. So I watched Pokemon Detective Pikachu as well. The day that we recorded the podcast, because you guys were talking about Wickedly Evil, Shockingly Vile, Extremely Dangerous, Under Arrest, whatever it was called.
Musical 2,
Electric Boogaloo. I went home and watched that at night, and pretty much the same thoughts as you guys. I couldn't understand how they were painting Ted Bundy in this movie. Right. I think the movie has the makings of a great film in it.
For sure.
But it's also not a bad movie. It's just, I don't get why.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of driving down the middle the entire time.
It's playing it so safe the whole way, and whatever, that's fine. Then I was really in the mood for another Zac Efron film, and I was like, I kind of wanted to see something funny, so I had seen Neighbors like relatively recently, so I put on Neighbors 2, and I just had a great time with that, laughing, enjoying it. It's such a funny movie. It's 20 years since The Mummy came out.
So
crazy, right?
Wow,
20 years. So I watched The Mummy, and it's
also a great Mother's Day movie.
Also a great Mother's Day movie because it's about Mummy. And I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance because why not?
Why not? Jeremy Irons, it's enough.
It was literally like Jeremy Irons. I want to watch it. I put on 21, the old Kevin Spacey, Jim Sturgis.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I'm such a huge fan of that movie.
Yeah, I put that on, and then I did Avengers Endgame.
And now we're here.
Yeah. I watched that last night.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It was a good week. We fit a lot of what we were watching in here.
And I got to fit in 2 movies. I really don't.
You never do that.
Yeah, I never get to have it.
Anthony usually comes in here and he's like, "Oh, I didn't watch anything."
Yeah. Oh, I don't watch movies.
What do you do?
I don't watch movies.
I don't watch movies. I talk about movies.
Do you guys see yourselves watching the John Wick 1 and 2 before this
Yeah,
week?
yeah. I'm gonna put them on probably today, and then tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow.
I got you. The pacing, I feel like after having watched 1 and 2 now, the pacing in 1 is a lot better, I think, than 2.
Yes.
But 2 has such beautiful action sequences, so it's a great time.
Yeah, man.
Going into our topic of the show.
Oh, wow. That was a sonnet.
Daniel, continue. This is now the
Go.
Sorry, am I continuing making a jingle or am I continuing on with the show?
No, the jingle part.
Jingle.
Topic of the show. Our topic of the show this week is all about the movie theater experience. Now, the last few episodes, we've been talking about a bunch of things going on in the theaters. We've talked about Cinemia going down. We've talked about the glassesless 3D with James Cameron. We've talked about box office. There's been a bunch of stuff. But there's a story that came out this week from Forbes. Forbes.
Good old Forbes.
Good old Forbes. So basically, the story from Forbes this week actually lets us know that watching brand new releases that are going to theaters at home is going to be possible. So basically, there's this company called Red Carpet. And what this company does is that for around $1,500 to $3,000 per movie, you could watch a brand new movie day one in your home. The only catch to this, though, is that you have to install a $15,000 DRM box in your home, which basically means that box doesn't allow you to copy it or record it or do anything. So with all this in mind, I wanted to throw it out and open up the question to you guys is, what do you guys see movie theaters needing, or what do you see movie theaters lacking in 2019? And what do you hope that going forward things change, or what gets better? And what do you like about movies? So I just want to open up the floor and let you guys start there.
Well, the first thing movie theaters need to work on, I believe, is mobile devices in the theater.
Banned.
You think
banned, or someone comes out of a door and literally
you.
just punches you in the face and you're unconscious. Like,
okay,
that, like,
well, then what happens?
I get visibly upset when
oh my
there's
gosh.
a phone pull. Like when I was watching Avengers last night,
yeah,
a person pulled out their phone to go on Facebook. And I think when you and I watched a movie recently, a girl was playing a video game in the front.
Yeah,
and I just want to throw popcorn or Skittles or whatever at them. I can't stand it. Like it drives me insane.
Why would you spend money to take out your phone?
I don't like. And here's the thing: like, if for some reason you have to take out your phone in a movie theater, just maybe turn your brightness down a little bit, because people just it's like a beam of light going into the sky.
There's the idea that, oh, what if there's an emergency on that?
I feel like excuse yourself.
The theater.
Excuse yourself.
And you answer that emergency call, which is
less
very, very rare.
And that's the thing. That's so much less distracting. If you leave a theater, it's like, oh yeah, that sucks because somebody's getting up, but you're at least a dark shadow in the front. You know what I mean? Like, you're not having a beam of light that just catches your eye, and like you can't pay attention to what's on screen because you have that glaring light in you. So how do you think studios or theaters police that? Do you have somebody being security there?
Well, Thing does a great job of it.
Alamo
Draft
yeah.
House, like they have it down. They are a movie theater chain that wants to respect the art of film,
right?
And they want you to have fun while you're watching a movie too. You don't want to be talking. I hate talking, and I hate bright light. I hate phones. When a phone comes out in theater and people are Snapchatting or Instagramming a pivotal scene, like when we went to go watch Avengers that first night.
Yeah, opening night.
There was a guy in the front Snapchatting every major character's death, and I was like, I hope to God someone just beats this person up. Like, just as soon as they walk out of the theater, like, just, it was so upsetting.
Yeah. So the writer of that Forbes article, I should say, so it was Brad Templeton. What do you guys think of that $15,000? So this is not for the common moviegoer.
This is for like the 1%.
No. This is for the 1% of the 1%. So $15,000 for the box, $1,000 per movie to watch it at home day one. Do you guys see a future where movies are going to be day and date released at home and in theaters? Do you see that happening?
I don't think day and date, like day and day with theater and
like major films, right?
Major films, I think maybe a couple of weeks later.
You think it'll be a lot faster? I feel like it'll be a lot faster.
It's gotten a lot faster now.
It has gotten a lot faster. I think a month.
Yeah. I think a month is going to be... That's a good enough time. You were in the theater
like
a month.
Movie's made the majority of its... The movie's made the majority of its movie. Its money by that time, right?
Nowadays, because there's so many more movie theaters and people need to watch it right away.
Right.
No one's going to watch it 2 months or 3 months like they used to.
Right.
You know, like... And that's how, like, the Titanic made its money, right? It was in theaters forever.
It was forever in theaters, yeah.
But yeah, a month is a good turnaround time for a movie to come out and go straight to digital release.
Okay. Now, we see a lot of gimmicks, for lack of a better word, in the movie theaters now, too, in terms of 4DX, which we watched Avengers Endgame in, which we spoke about last week, right? Our experience with it. Screen X, which they basically project on the walls. Do you think it's going to take... or
D-Box as well.
D-Box as well. Do you think it's going to take more kind of gimmicks like that to get people to come to the theaters to experience it? Almost like Avatar when it came out with 3D?
I think for me, I personally don't need a gimmick. I just need the theater to acknowledge the fact that I don't want anyone to interrupt my movie watching experience. I just want to watch the movie. Like, to me, AVX and IMAX are my two main formats that I'll watch a movie in.
Right.
Rarely will I watch something in just a regular format.
What is it about those formats that you like?
They seem like to have the most amazing technology when it comes to clarity of visuals and audio as well.
Right.
Also, reserved seats, I think, is the best. I think out of everything introduced in movie theaters in the last 10 years, I think reserved seats is
the greatest.
One of the greatest things ever.
Yep.
Because, like, for every major movie, up until the first movie I saw in reserved seating was actually The Dark Knight Rises. And that was in 2012. So we're not that far removed from that. That's not even 7 years ago yet.
Yeah.
And I remember reserving seats. It wasn't even an IMAX or AVX. It was for like a regular screening of it. I was like, oh, you have to reserve the seats for this one. And I love that. Like, I love the fact that, not that we go to the movies late, I just love that we could go and watch a movie without having to worry about lining up or getting there hours before, right?
I would like to see the ability to order your food items or things that you would like to have beforehand.
Yeah.
So like but I think they have that
in
now.
VIP. You can do that, right?
Well, VIP will allow you to.
You could do food and drinks. I don't think
food
you
and
can
drinks.
You can do it from
right?
the app now, right?
Can you?
You can, yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
Cineplex, we're here in Canada for those listeners listening to us.
I didn't know that.
Cineplex, yeah, they actually have the option for certain theaters. You could actually order from your phone and have it brought to you or picked up.
Because I think I saw the last one I saw in VIP was Green Book, and right from my phone, actually, I was able to. It was a little buggy, but I was able to order all the food, and I was just nervous waiting there to see if they actually got the order, and they did. They came right out and.
So do you have to be in the theater to order it, or like my idea was?
I did it when I was in the theater. I'm assuming you could do it from outside.
Yeah,
because it would be cool. You right when you get there, it's already ready for you.
That's fantastic.
And you could tip everyone through that app and go through it. That'd be really cool.
I think it's a bunch of little quality of life things that movie theaters really need to up their game. And we've spoken at length about subscription services to movies, and I think we're in the 1% in terms of going to the movies, the amount of times that we go to the movies. Last year, I went to the movie theater 70 times, which is insane to think. And for some people, that's insane. Like, we put out a poll.
I posed this question on my Instagram, and I got a couple people responding. So Ace said she goes about 30 times a year, which is amazing.
Already a lot. That's a lot for anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And she's got a young son too. So like whenever like young parents are able to go out there to watch movies this many times, I love it.
100%.
One of my friends, Nicole, she said 5 to 12 times a year, depending on what the release lineup looks like for the year. My friend Miles said 1 to 2 times a year.
Right.
Our friend Natalie said used to be at least a month. Now she's having twins, so hopefully we'll see some more soon.
But there's more seats in the theater. That's good.
That's true. Shane Sterling said about twice a month minimum, which is amazing. Yeah. Friend Madeline said about maybe 5 times, and a friend Miriam said about 3 to 5 times a year.
That's good. So it's usually the average is 4. The average, I think,
5 and below. Right?
5 and below, right? Yeah, I think Asha, our friend of the show as well too, she said about 3 to 4 times a month, so around 50 times a year. That was a common answer, and then we have that either 4 to 5 times a month or 4 to 5 times a year.
Yeah.
And I think with us, like we're over 50 minimum,
easy,
right?
Well, you guys are. I think around 30, 35.
But even with your TIFF movies as well, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you
gotta count your TIFF.
You got to count your TIFF movies,
You
man.
count the TIFF.
Gotta count the TIFF.
Got to count the TIFF. But I mean, like, yeah, I feel like we're in the 1% of how many times you go to the movies. So I feel like we see a little bit more of the inconveniences sometimes of like. I think again another thing that I love that our local Cineplex introduced is that our tickets are now all digital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, we don't have to worry about. One of the biggest things I hated was buying a ticket online, going to the theater and having to print it, and then their printer thing would run out. Then we have to wait for a manager to come, and it's like, it's the most infuriating thing.
That took too long.
It took way too long because we've been buying digital tickets from Cineplex since 2010.
Yeah,
you know,
way too long.
It took way too long. Do you guys have something that you want to see introduced in theaters in the future to update them, to make it more accessible, to make it more like, what do you guys want to see happen in theaters in the next couple of years?
I just want them, at least I want Cineplex to take a page from Alamo Drafthouse and say, we want to protect the movie theater experience, so we want you guys to have a good time. Like, for me, the biggest thing is pulling out your phone in the movie. Like, there should be just no reason. If it's an emergency,
excuse yourself. Yeah.
Just get out of the theater. Make that call, whatever you need. But the bright light, checking Facebook, sending a text, nothing can be important for 2 hours that you can't miss it. You know,
right. It's come down to like arrogance. It's like people don't care.
No,
right.
And it sucks. That's why people don't go watch movies. Sometimes I don't want to go watch a movie because I just don't want to deal with people who are doing these things in the theater.
Yeah, and it's not to sound pretentious either. I just think it's out of respect for.
I'm paying money to watch this movie.
Yeah, we're paying money to be there, and
there's never been a time where someone's taken out their phone and had an emergency. It's usually it's social media, and social
100%.
media is not an emergency,
right?
And there's no reason why you're taking it out,
right?
There's no reason.
And I think that's what's the most upsetting part of it is that. Whenever we see it happen a lot, and it's always people opening up Facebook or opening up a game, and it's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Why did you spend the money?
Yeah. Do you guys see a future where, like, I know we spoke about movies coming to home release sooner, but do you think that now with streaming services like Disney Plus and Netflix and whatever comes out in the future, do you think that we'll ever see movies go only to those services and just bypass the theater?
Well, we have been, right? Like, Wickedly Evil, Shockingly Vile.
Oh, yeah, right to Netflix,
Mowgli
right?
as well. Mowgli was a big one.
Mowgli was originally coming to theaters, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was coming right, and it was called The Jungle Book at that time, and then it changed the name, and then it became...
Jungle Book Origins?
Yeah, then it became strictly Netflix only.
Right.
So, I definitely think we're going to start seeing this, yes.
But this all comes down to where the money's coming from, right?
Right.
Are they making more money through these digital platforms, or are they going to make more money through
ticket sales
theaters? Popcorn. So I don't see Disney making 1.2 billion through a digital release and subscription base than they would through an actual theater release.
Right, because like when you look at Avengers Endgame right now, it's at 2.4 billion or something absurd like that. That's off of one movie. Now maybe they make that much money on all the subscriptions they have added up, but then that's off of just a subscription. That's not off of one source.
Yes.
Right? And then they could say when Avengers goes to Disney Plus that's going to bring even more people coming to that service, right? So they're making money off of like their old library going into that.
Yep.
You have movie theaters that obviously concession is a huge part of movie theaters, and I love buying popcorn is my favorite snack. So like when I go to the movies, it's expensive to buy popcorn. It's crazy when you think what you're paying for versus what
you're actually getting,
what you could get or what you could buy at a store. But you're buying. I also like, and maybe this is just like self-righteous in me. I don't mean to come off that way, but that's also supporting the theater in that sense, right? Because that's where the theater is making their cut of the money.
It's really true.
You shared an article the other day, Shay. I'm pointing at Shabazz right now.
Really intense.
You shared an article the other day that the markup for popcorn was like 2,000 or 3,000%.
Yeah.
My gosh.
I gotta look into the exact details of that.
Yeah,
but it's actually insane. Yeah, it's the movie theater popcorn markup is 1,275%.
that's a little much.
A bag of popcorn that costs 37 cents can easily make or sell for $5.
Wow,
Yikes.
that's amazing. Like that's insane. But I mean that's what the movie theaters need to survive as well, right? Because
like it's normal for me when I go to a theater and it's like, oh, $20 for popcorn, drink, and a candy.
Right.
Sure. But like, if you think about it, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it all added up through the year.
Oh,
let's not think about it.
If you go to the movie theater, 60 times a year? Oh my god!
Woo!
This year alone, I've gone 15 times.
15 times? I don't know what I'm at. I'm gonna double check this year what I'm at. Do you guys have a favorite concession snack though, or do you have a favorite item that like? What do you need to watch a movie?
Anthony's. I know Anthony's.
What's mine?
Poptopia?
Poptopia?
What is Poptopia?
Poptopia is like kernels, but for the movie theater.
For the elite.
So they don't even
the
they don't even
1%.
do it fresh anymore. I don't buy Poptopia because it comes to the box now and it's,
right.
It's not.
You like the fresh.
Yeah, it's really.
Is
now
there
it's
still
stale.
one that does do it fresh, or are they all now boxed?
I don't know. I haven't gone to a theater that does it fresh. The only one that did it was
Queensway.
Right.
Does
That's what I remember.
Scotiabank do it still, or Young and Dundas maybe Scotiabank.
I think Scotiabank that has the concession, but last time I was there, again, this is very central to us.
Yes.
I think they were using that stand as like an overflow stand for regular popcorn.
Right.
Detective Pikachu is my 19th movie this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So.
Probably M&Ms.
M&Ms?
Something with chocolate or peanut butter.
It's
I
a
love
requirement
that.
for you.
Yeah.
How about popcorn? Do you need popcorn?
If I'm with Mel, yes.
Yeah?
I'll do popcorn. If I'm by myself, probably some sort of candy.
Cool.
Nothing with not like
Gummy
peaches. Nothing gummy.
Peaches. I hate peaches.
That stuff
I
gets
hate
stuck in your teeth.
I love fuzzy peaches in the movie theater.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I used to do so my favorite thing was I used to go in and get popcorn, put a little white cheddar dressing on there,
but
and it would smell literally like someone's foot.
But tasted great.
After they ran like a marathon, smelled awful. But what's the best part about it is that it would knock out everyone around me that would pull out their phones, so that way I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But I'd either get Skittles, Fuzzy Peach, or Smarties.
got you.
Do you guys ever put the candy and the chocolates in the popcorn?
I used to be a big believer in that. It's not that I'm not a believer in it. I don't.
What made you lose your
faith anymore. I used to whenever I get popcorn, sprinkle my M&Ms on there, and just have a grand old time.
I did that once because I saw it happen in Whiplash, the movie, and I was like, oh, that's something cool. Yeah. And I did it, and it all went to the bottom. I was like, well, that wasn't fun.
That's not fun, yeah.
Is there like a trick that am I forgetting?
You have to just sprinkle it.
You
lightly,
sprinkle it
know?
on.
I
What are you
did.
doing?
I literally took like 3 or 4 and I went like this and they went all the way to the bottom. Like there were some weighted M&Ms.
You just gotta like
they had
sprinkle
little
some on
anvils
top.
in them or something. They went right to the bottom of the bag.
You just gotta make sure that they always top up your popcorn.
And it needs to
what I
be
mean?
like hard candy. You can't put like
Fuzzy
Snickers
Peach?
or because they'll melt. The popcorn will melt those.
Oh,
those
yeah,
chocolatey.
oh,
Wouldn't it be good though if it was like a melted
Oh,
chocolate
now
on
your
top of
hands
it?
look like they're just messy and it's dirty, and you're dealing with like chocolate and butter, and you got napkins. You're sweated. and you're touching your forehead.
It looks like he's like from Braveheart.
Yeah,
at the
just
end.
like war paint on him.
Paint on him.
It's Apocalypse Now.
So yeah, I would recommend just like hard shell
I got
candy.
you. Melted butter? Yes, no.
Yes.
I used to, but now they don't. It's not melted butter anymore, right? It's popcorn dressing or whatever they call it.
I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, at the movie theater now.
Because you could get layered butter at the concession.
You can, they ask you for 25 cents,
Yeah.
but then they have popcorn toppings, what they call it now, where it used to be
Like
butter.
on the side, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't do
It's
that.
called popcorn topping. I have no. It's
Oh, is that
most
like the-
It's
mysterious
because
thing in the world.
they legally can't call it butter.
Wait,
So
really?
it's like, what is that?
know.
Is that
Why
like,
don't they
is
call
that
it
like
butter?
leftover butter or like
I don't think
trash
it's butter.
butter?
I don't want.
It's free.
I think that's why they say popcorn topping,
It's a
because
sludge.
they legally can't call it butter.
No, it's I don't know what it is, but I noticed
Can't
one
believe
day
it's not butter.
I went to it. I'm like, oh, this tastes a bit different, and I looked at the sign. And I'm like, oh wait, this doesn't say butter anymore. It says popcorn topping.
Like the excess oil from the.
it's just like vague and mysterious and
So,
like
yeah.
It's funny because like when I was in the States last, or whenever I went to the States a couple years ago, I watched Justice League there in Buffalo, and it's so interesting. Even though they're only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us, the difference in movie theater culture, right? A regular screening at the theater, they had super nice recliner seats I was in, and their popcorn combos were so cheap. Like
it's like $8,
I
I think,
spent
right?
like $10 and I
which
got
is 40 Canadian.
I got like a huge gallon of popcorn, and I'm not even kidding you, a just under 2-liter cup of
Like a trough.
of pop or soda for our
Oh,
US
yes.
listeners. And I literally I couldn't believe it.
Or
And-
fizzy water for our
Fizzy-
UK listeners.
And they literally said that they're like, "Oh yeah, you have a free refills on this." I'm like, "Who is going to be able to get through this?"
Who's drinking this much in
It's,
the movie?
it was absolutely insane. I remember back in the day when I think it was Silver City before Cineplex bought them.
Yeah.
They did free refills and stuff, but like I couldn't believe like who could possibly get through this trough of food.
Yeah.
And yeah,
What theater chain was this?
oh man, I think it was like Regal or something in this,
We saw a film. We saw Wonder Woman in Detroit.
In Detroit or in where in Michigan? Sorry,
Troy, Michigan.
Troy, Michigan.
Michigan. And Anthony, if you can tell you about this experience, and our listeners out there, we sat down at the theater and we were getting this vibe that
the theaters are all very like when you think about movie theaters like in the 90s,
that's what they
like
are.
that movie theater look.
The carpeting,
They all have
everything.
that look to it. Right?
The slightly faded blue on the walls,
Right.
you know, like
of what used to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not like, at least with Cineplexes, are a lot more newer
right.
of them, right?
So
Yeah,
so we
continue.
get into this theater and Daniel and I are already getting vibes that this theater knows each other really well.
Yeah.
Like we feel like this is a town.
Oh, in
where-
the line, yeah.
In the line, like people seem to know
Oh,
each other.
okay,
So we're
okay.
like, oh, okay, cool. We get inside the theater, and I guess the theater plays its jingle that, you know, like, oh, welcome to Regal Cinemas or whatever, wherever we were watching in. And as the song starts, the whole audience, except Daniel and I, starts clapping and singing.
And it's like in sync, like there's like a specific clap. To
they
it. It's
know
not,
this song.
It's
It's
not
their
like a
national
regular
anthem.
clap. It's like a
like-
call and response thing, and they knew exactly what was happening. And Shay and I literally just like were panicked, looking at each other like, what's happening?
And at
right
one
now?
point, like in the thing, they I guess woohoo in the
Yeah.
song, and it was just like everyone. It was like a cult. This whole theater was like woohoo, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my.
Why did we come here?
And we
Why was
just-
the Toronto screening of this sold
we,
out?
we looked at each other. We're like, what the hell is going on in here?
Yeah, that was so funny.
It
Wow.
was, and it was people of all different ethnicities. They were
Yeah.
all just kind of getting like this was their. It was so cute,
It was just like, let's get the hell back to Canada.
and we're like, let's just drive back as soon as we possibly can because I'm scared.
Yeah, because basically, so what was happening is there was a fan screening for Wonder Woman, and the Toronto screening obviously sold out in like 2 seconds. But like the next closest one was Detroit, Michigan, or sorry, Troy, Michigan,
yeah.
and we drove down for that, which was that was a fun time.
That's crazy.
It was a fun time.
Cool.
Have you ever? Do you have a favorite movie theater experience growing up? Is there a time or something that you just remember like this was like one of my favorite times at the theater?
Probably the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would go to Yorkdale and Woodbine. Those were like where the theaters were before, you know, they started becoming these huge
Like
complex
multiplexes,
multiplexes like Colossus and Queensway. But yeah, like going to the mall and going to watch a movie in the afternoon on a Tuesday, which, you know, 2 New Tuesdays at that
the
time.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
At
or
the
$2
time, yeah.
Tuesdays. Was like my experience.
Right.
Watch The Mask, watch Eraser, watch Twister,
Yeah.
The Matrix. Like these are movies that I'll always remember going to the theater to watch.
Yeah.
And having popcorn, and it was just, you know, the THX symbol that popped up,
The
and-
loudest sound in the world.
which was I always like waited for that. I love that whole like Pixar animated THX scene. So yeah, I don't have any experiences like you guys where you're in Detroit and watching Wonder Woman.
I try to watch a movie in almost every country that I go to. At least I try my best to.
Yeah, like every new place, just to experience what it's like.
I've watched films in the Middle East and Europe, not yet, I think. Well, maybe one day I will. It's always interesting to see how the experience differs in every country, and like just seeing the markup on different items. It's really cool. One of my favorite theater experiences though was when Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. This is again pre-reserved seating, so we're watching it at Square One and Mississauga at the IMAX theater there, and my friends and I were like, well, we want to get amazing seats, so we went super early in the morning. The movie screening wasn't until 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. whenever it is.
And wasn't even a midnight release yet?
I don't know if it was midnight.
Because I feel like midnight releases stopped happening after Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was midnight or just a little bit before midnight, maybe like 10 p.m. We went at like 11 a.m. in the morning to the movie theater to just camp out and wait to get amazing seats. And people were there already before us.
Oh, of course. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and like we were just like, okay. And obviously there was no rhythm or rhyme because the theater was not set up to anticipate a lineup, which is bizarre to me. But they didn't know, so people were just kind of like in a mass huddle everywhere. So when you're trying to figure out a lineup sequence, there was no such thing. And then when it finally came to like maybe like an hour before the movie starts, they formed this lineup and it was just absolute mayhem. So I think movie theaters should start at least, and they're getting better at this, but they need to start better anticipating the bigger films and the crazy people that will come to see them.
And I know there's no really way for them to really try and prepare, like a couple weeks ago when the Endgame tickets dropped, right?
Oh my god!
I hope going in the future they start anticipating. Hey, you know what? Our servers are going to get assaulted right now. I hopefully in the future we'll see them start trying to prepare for that more, right?
Yeah.
I think my favorite there was something about the Colossus Theater in Vaughan growing up. Not that I went there a lot. I think I've been there like 2 or 3 times in my whole life, but this theater had a giant spaceship on top of it. So I always remember whenever I was driving through there, like that was like a landmark for me. I'm like, oh my God, there's this spaceship at this movie theater.
Yeah.
Right? I think another time too that I loved in the theater was when the first Avengers was coming out.
Oh yes.
And I did the Phase 1 marathon in theater.
Oh boy.
Which the theater smelled just lovely.
And that's only like 6 films.
That was only like 6 films. It wasn't like the 22 movies where they actually gave out hygiene packs.
Hygiene kits, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they gave out hygiene kits for people who were there. Like I'd love the MCU to death, but I would not do that in theaters.
Never would do that.
I love the fact of how like you kind of just started, I don't know, like being one with the movie theater. Like you just get to know the people working there and things like that. And there are still people like, because we're regulars at the movies, like you see these same people all the time when you're at the movies, right? So it's like, it's kind of cool when they know who you are and they say, oh yeah, welcome back, things like that, right? Yeah, I hope going forward with movie theaters, whether it's through subscription services or just kind of like these small quality of life things that we've been talking about today, I really hope that they don't go, like, I don't want theaters to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
What about the look of a theater? So we take Colossus, for example.
Right.
Not a nice looking theater from the outside.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Like
it's
even
very
the idea
90s.
of a spaceship on the top of
right.
It was so it's very gimmicky. Where rather than just building, a square structure that has really cool animated posters.
I was gonna say, I think it's ArcLight in the States where they have these humongous video walls,
these screens, right?
Yeah.
And they change depending. Like, all the screens will reflect like the different posters. It's beautiful. It's honestly so beautiful, and it's like I have like a bucket list of all these theaters that I want to check out when we travel and stuff.
In the States, they definitely have a lot more care and attention to films. Like when I go to when we go see a movie here nowadays, the cardboard cutouts of films we see a lot of them.
Oh, like the standees?
But they're so sparse and they're always in these corners. Whereas when I've gone to see films in the States, there's a billion of these standees.
Front and center. Photo ops.
And they're amazingly set up and there's so much care and so many pictures. And you can feel it in the States. Especially, like I said, the best one to do it so far that I've seen is Alamo Drafthouse. I really want to go to ArcLight as well one day.
For sure.
We all should honestly take a trip to Alamo Drafthouse to see a movie.
I'm down.
But yes, what I'd want from our movie theaters here in Canada, or at least really one chain that we have here in the GTA area,
right? Or just across Canada, like we're
across Canada. We have also Landmark, right? Which
right, but it's nowhere near what Cineplex has, and I think with Cineplex as well too. I mean, we're in Canada. What, there's 40 million people.
Yeah.
Where in the States it's like 300 million people. So like, I feel like those theater chains, there can be competition because the population suits that.
Right.
Cineplex is like, we love Cineplex,
of course,
but they're
we're going there 70 times a year.
We're only there 70 times, but like they're the dominant one here, and there's not a lot of opportunity for these more quality or maybe these specialized experience to exist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they tried to do it through VIP.
VIP, yes. and I love that they do and have all those options, right?
Yeah, but they need to get down the phone thing.
The phone thing is really our crusade.
What's one technology that you would like to see in a theater?
There was a rumor going around, or I think an article that came out last year. I saw Joan Vogt Roberts tweet about this, the director of Kong Skull Island, that I think in some places in Asia they're actually going to have LED screens, giant LED screens, and people are like terrified, like, no, we don't want that.
Right.
I don't know. I would love to see just better. Like, I'm not a fan of 3D. Mm-hmm. I think if 3D is going to happen, I would love to see it be used where like it doesn't make the screen so dark. You know, like Avengers Endgame, love it. But when you see it in 3D, I'm like, man, there are some really dark scenes in this. And with 3D, you have to have your head straight. You can't tilt, you can't lean, you can't do anything because it's going to take away from the picture quality, right? So I would love to see with laser IMAX and more laser projection, obviously, because everything's digital, we could have better quality. But I hope that kind of goes across the board with all movie theaters. Just like better just image quality.
Imagine a display that was OLED.
Okay.
How big is a movie screen? 80 feet?
80 feet, yeah. We'll get a check on that.
Imagine the clip, because even when you go watch IMAX laser and all that,
yeah,
it never looks as crisp.
It's not as crisp as when you watch it at home, right?
Yes. And that's, I feel like, something they could introduce into the theater.
Sure.
That, you know, now with
so
bendable,
though, right?
Right. Well, you know, they're making money. Like,
yeah. But if you make it like
you have to understand, theaters make quite a bit of money, even though there is, you know, not a lot of people are watching movies.
Right.
That movie theater is making tons of money.
Right.
On the popcorn. It's not like a movie theater goes up every single day, right?
No, it's true. Yeah.
And usually it's a structured environment, and
right. And
every
they get
city
obviously like
has
the
one
studio
theater.
gets a cut of the tickets, obviously a big
exactly.
cut. But that'd be kind of cool, like as a specialized experience, almost like a Screen X or a 4DX. Like this screen is like a giant OLED screen. Like, come watch it in the clearest way possible.
I would love that. So I got the dimensions here. So average movie theater screens are about 45 to 50 feet.
Yeah.
When you go to IMAX, a standard IMAX screen is about 72 by 53 feet.
Right.
And they go even bigger. The largest one's actually in Sydney, Australia, which is 117 feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's absolutely nuts. I would love the whole, you know, I'd love the OLED experience. I'd even love like a Dolby Cinemas is doing their own thing.
Right.
I'd love to see, like, I'd just love to see different things.
And that's why we love traveling and finding out what these different theater experiences are like, right? I think theaters are only going to get better.
Yes.
From this point on. I don't think we're going to go backwards. Theaters aren't going to go anywhere because look what Avengers Endgame just did. And they're not leaving us. I just hope going forward we start to implement some great quality of life and some cooler technologies in it, right?
Yeah.
As long as Hollywood keeps making great movies, people will still come to the theater.
Yep.
100%. And I think that's a perfect way to end this topic of the show.
Cool.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been another great episode of the Movie Podcast. If you want to write into the show and be part of it, you can do so by writing into thistimewith.com/talk. Again, we're across all your favorite podcast platforms. Every Monday you can listen to us. That was This Time With the Movie Podcast.
And we'll see you next.